Hey guys, hey everyone, blessings, blessings, blessings. Hope you're doing great. And it's been quite a while since I've put out a video or said anything. So this morning I just want to drop by, just drop this video and just tell you basically what's been happening. We all go through seasons, we all go through different phases in life, and I just want to talk about something that God has been leading me over the last through the last 7 years. 2016, we decided to close the church, the building that we were renting, and move on from pastoral ministry into an itinerary ministry. And we felt the Lord leading us to do that, and so we closed the church 2016. And just trusted the Lord to do what He is going to lead us to do. You see, I've been a pastor. I've been in ministry since I think 1993, and most of my life I've been in the church, around the ministry, music, children's ministry, youth ministry, counseling, pastoral ministry, and so that was all that I knew to do. And so just to fast forward something, over the last, from 93, I've been through different ministries, and then 2002, we came to Mauritius and started a fellowship here, and felt the Lord leading us to do that, and we did it. And then fast forward to 2016 when we closed the church. But when that happened, I remembered that my starting point, where I had started from, a place where of brokenness, and come to the cross and at the altar and say, Lord, you know what you're doing, so lead me. And God took me on an amazing journey right from 1993. I've had many pit stops along the way where God began to put a pause and take me on a different direction. And all I can say, it's been an amazing journey, and God has been faithful every single time, everywhere we've been to. God has been faithful and has been leading us. And so when this happened in 2016, I felt the Lord telling us to stop what we were doing and get ready for something else. I had no clue what I was getting into. I had no clue what God was wanting to do. And but because I know that it's important to obey the Lord, I just decided, okay, I'm going to obey the Lord. I'm going to see what the Lord has in store for us. And we just decided to trust the Lord. A few months later, I received a prophetic word from somebody. I've never met this person before, and I don't want to mention names right now. I never met this person before, but he's from Canada, and we followed the same ministry for a couple of years, and so he contacted me, and just out of the blue sent a prophetic word that made absolutely no sense, no sense at all. He said that God said to share this word with me, and the word was very prophetic. I've always respected the prophetic ministry, respected the prophets, so speak into our lives, and spoken into lives of people as well, myself, and so I respect the prophetic. And when I received that word, I couldn't make head or tail out of that word. Just this portion of it I could understand, because in that prophetic word that he sent me, he said that God is, the season that you were comfortable in the past is over, and God is moving you to a new season in your life. And where I had come to a place of discomfort, and it was time to move on to something else that God had in store for us. And I want to say this. We all know about the oyster and the pearl. The oyster has to go through discomfort for the pearl to form. And once the pearl forms, it becomes a pearl of great price. And so it was like that for me, for us, for Tabitha and myself, that we came to this point of massive discomfort, huge discomfort, and but we trusted God. So that prophetic word was in line with what we were going through. And he said, the season of the past is over and God's leading you to a new season. And at that time he mentioned something. He said, for the next 7 years, God is going to take you through a season of learning, where you're going to learn some things, and take you into a season of a period of extreme risk, high risk, especially in finances, in the financial world. And at that time I was close to stone broke. I mean, I was almost broke, and so I didn't understand what he meant when he said financial risk and high financial risk, and into that world, and God will teach you. And so I actually asked him, and he said, I'm just telling you this because God said to do this, and he will reveal it to you. So I trusted God and just began to wait on him. It was one of the most exciting 7 years of my life. The first part of it was really tough, and but as we went on trusting God, and I want to say this: when God leads you, just trust him. So when you trust him, he's going to open doors. He's going to lead you into the paths of goodness. You know, the paths of his chariot drop fatness, goodness. So it took us some time to begin to understand what he was doing, and fast forward down those 7 years, God took us from a place of brokenness, emptiness, to a place of abundance. I'm not going to go into any of those details because I don't believe it's necessary for now. But what I want to say is this: those 7 years have been years of I wouldn't say trial. If I would say trial, I'd probably be lying. So it wasn't trial, but it was tough times. We went through tough times, and having to deal with things on our own, with nobody, absolutely nobody next to us to where we can lean on and for support or things like that. It went through, and then right bang in the middle of those 7 years, COVID hit. And so the first part of the 3 years, God began to open doors, and we began to travel and minister in a couple of places, and then COVID hit, and then everything changed. And post-COVID, we just continue to trust God and say, you know what, God is going to do something. And God was indeed dealing with us and bringing us to a place of abundance, even in the times of COVID, and where people are losing jobs and financial strain on families. God began to bring us to a place of abundance. His word says he leads us beside still waters. He prepares a table before us. He provides us. He's our shepherd. And so we came to that place because I believe God led us to it, and we were obedient to what God was doing, and we trusted him. So we went through that post-COVID phase, and now we're here, and it's just over 7 years since I received that prophetic word, and I believe God is doing something. So we're about to launch back into the media ministry, online ministry, and share words online, and also begin to put ourselves in a place where we are open to travel, to minister. And I believe God's going to do that. But what I want to leave with you today is that if things don't look good, remember God is still on the throne and he's leading you. Just come to that place of trust, believe what God is saying, and trusting him, walk in his ways, hold on to the word. The only thing that will help you is the word. So hold on to the word, and you will see God do great things in your life. So what are we going to do now? I mean, so it's post 7 years now, and I believe that's a divine number. God led us through the 7 years to prepare us for what is coming, and I'm excited because I believe God purposely led us through this phase to be able to fashion us and bring us to transition us, to transform us, to transfigure us into that play, into what he wants us to become, to carry the image, where we carry the image of the Son of God, that carry the image of the Father, to showcase to the world that God is real, that Yahweh is real, and we are his sons and daughters on this earth. So whatever you're going through in life right now, it may look like a phase where you know, things aren't working in your favor. I want to encourage you, hold on. Sometimes you got to lose your identity to come into the identity that God has for you, to the image that God has for you. For me, being in the ministry and serving the Lord, serving Jesus for over 25 years, my identity was a preacher, and I had to come to that place, more or less I would say identity as a pastor, because a major portion of those 25 years I spent pastoring churches, and so I had to come to that place where that identity was erased, wiped off, completely wiped away, so where I couldn't depend upon that identity to do anything anymore, and just trust that the image of the Christ would begin to manifest in me and lead me to what God wants me to do. I'm not saying that you lose your calling or anything. No, the gifts and calling of God are irrevocable. You know, God doesn't take it away. So yeah, I'm still a pastor. I still operate in the prophetic. I still love the Lord. I still worship the Lord, and it's a phase. And I believe that you know, we're going into something greater than what we've experienced in all these in over 25 years of my life in the ministry. And I believe we're just getting started. So wherever you are, whatever you're going through, know that God has got your back and He's leading you. Let's make sure that you're walking in His ways. I mean, it's a joy to walk in the ways of the Lord. It's a joy to walk in His presence and worship Him and trust Him completely, like a little child would trust her father or his father. Trust the Father, because He's got great things in store for you. And so yeah, in the next coming weeks and months, we are going to be ministering more online, and as well as traveling out and ministering as people invite us, or churches are open to inviting us. And I believe God's going to do great things. I believe He's calling the sons and daughters of God to arise and to manifest, you know, to creation. Creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons and daughters of God. We are already here. You are already here. Creation is waiting for you to manifest and showcase the glories of the Father. So wherever you are, whatever you're going through, I want to encourage you, trust in God. Just walk in God's ways, trust in Him, and be open, be prepared for what God is going to do, because God is going to you know, do great things. The world is not coming to an end right now. We just went through that funny episode recently with the solar eclipse, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's the end of the world." Let me tell you, my friend, the world is not coming to an end right now. You got work to do. You got to manifest as sons and daughters of God. Show the world that the true image of the Father. Show the world Jesus without condemning people, without condemning anyone, and you know, but bringing the gospel of repentance, the gospel of grace, the gospel of forgiveness of sins to people. So we got a lot of things coming up. God is going to do great things. So wherever you are, be blessed. Have a wonderful day, and stay tuned. Please feel free to contact us, message us, or just say hi. Or if you've been blessed, please reach out to us, and we're glad to hear your testimony or your word of encouragement to us. I mean, we need encouragement ourselves. And if you got a prayer request, please feel free to share it with us, and we'll be glad to pray with you. And have a blessed day, have a wonderful day, and may you experience the divine grace and the favor of Yahweh. Be blessed.